Was in it.
Yeah. 28 grams of moss, 28 grams of moss. Little people the kings, little people the kings. Y'all ain't ready for this, y'all ain't ready for this. Yeah. I'm the champion, I'm the champion, I'm the champion, don't know why you can't wanna wait to beat with the street just to give you cats a chance to eat. What you got for early didn't finish the plate. Now that I'm back, you rap cats are gonna have to wait. Been gone a whole year, still nobody got the leadership or the heart to even feel my spot. I'm the champion, must I say it again? The best in this rap game and I continue to win. See, I'm allergic to that, losing makes me sneeze. Like you phony rap cat, I'm about to make it squeeze. Bring your whole crew, nigga, I'ma swallow that. So when it pops off, ATL on a holler back. It's 28 grams, nigga. I've been running this shit. So anything in front of me can fuck around and get hit. I follow you rap cats, so you niggas my sons and I'm the truth. Why? Cause I'm the motherfucking champion. I'm the champion. I'm the champion. I'm the champion. Still rep the A&T, but I carry my throne. God bless is the child that can hold it home. And I am that child, as you niggas can see. Cause ain't another rapper out there better than me. And this goes to anybody trying to steal my spot. I'm number one in this shit, so number one you die. So when you can't scream, y'all is the best, I laugh. Like really, you cats don't really know the how. You do the math, and that's yourself who really great. Then add it up and watch it equal up to 28. So that's the little cats know who really the done. I'm overall, I let you niggas fight for number one. See, I put that on my life, put that on my son. Gotta stay the best of people licking trade love. And my throne and I'm the key. You can put that on my heart and I'm the God. Cause I'm the motherfucking champion.
Legacy Unlocked. When you're locked out of your vehicle, can't get in your car, call Legacy. Serving West Palm Beach and surrounding cities. That's area code 229-630-7615. Available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Have you been denied disability, social security, or custodianship of your children? Call Antonio Williams. He has the knowledge and experience to fight the government on your behalf. Let him represent you. That's Antonio Williams, your non-legal attorney consultant.
Just-in-time accessories. We have the bling and everything in between. Tayama Copeland is your independent paparazzi consultant. Everything is only $5. You can catch Tayama on Facebook Live at Tayama Copeland, or you can find her at www.justintimeaccessories. Just in Time Accessories. We have the bling and everything in between. Check it out. Just in Time Accessories. We have the bling and everything in between. Tayama Copeland is your independent paparazzi consultant. Everything is only $5. You can catch Tayama on Facebook Live at Tayama Copeland, or you can find her at
D-Lowe's Notary Service. Don Allen Lowe is your personal notary public, serving the Dallas area. You can call 214-962-8275, or you can call the office at 682-200-9345. If you have any other inquiries, you can email dlownotaryservice1@gmail.com. Once again, that's D-Lowe's Notary Service. Don Allen Lowe is your personal notary public. Any notary duties that you need done, he will be able to get it done. D-Lowe's Notary Service. Check it out.
Nutrition is the key to a healthy, strong body. Therefore, we need to take control of our health. My passion comes from my adversities, and now I'm empowering people to gain control of their health by introducing healthy snacks for life. which is filled with non-toxic high-quality substances derived from nature. It was designed to stop the human consumption of eating unnatural sugars, so they can maintain a healthy lifestyle while snacking. Healthy Snacks for Life is diabetic-friendly, filled with vitamins, minerals, beta-carotene, proteins, fats, and more. It's a balanced alkaline mix that's crunchy, delicious, and nutritious. It's also affordable, combined with nutritional factors that our bodies needs. So do it for yourselves, do it for your children and families, and do it for others. Try Healthy Snacks for Life. Today, you will not regret it.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome, one and all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to another episode of the Anthony Brown Show. This segment that we call, of course, the ATL Show. ATL Show. Yes, yes, yes. Welcome. I don't mean Atlanta. And two, if you're new to the show, definitely hit that subscribe button. It costs you absolutely nothing to subscribe. We'd appreciate it if you subscribe. Go ahead and hit the button. It's totally free to subscribe, so go ahead and subscribe. And also, hit the thumbs up, the like button. We appreciate it so much. And if you comment below, we will respond to your comments accordingly and show your comments on the screen. I'm joined tonight by my brother from another. Yes, Mr. Shorty Doo-Wop. Ladies love. Y'all thought it was LL, but we got the real LL over here, y'all. I tell y'all ain't even ready. Legacy the Great.
Oh man, I'm talking about ATL.
Yes, yes, yes. How's it going, Legacy?
Oh man, it's going wonderful. I mean, I got no complaints. I'm grinding down to 194. Ain't got no complaints.
So you melting away.
I wish it gonna melt down to 185.
But that's a good thing. You're melting away in the right direction.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. It seems like it's gonna just really make me go at it and get it. The first few pounds really did fall off, but then when I got to that plateau of cause like I said, it was 215. I'm at 194 now. So I mean, yeah, that was the easy part, but now getting to the goal is the hard part. So I went on out there and got me some of this,
Mm-hmm.
and then I went and got me some of this. That's
Okay.
that ginger powder. And then, I give me a big scoop of this right here, that good old.
Yes, yes,
And then, you got to wash it down with.
yes. With the mother. Mm-hmm.
And you know what's crazy? I brought my whole goddamn bottle to your house and I ain't never got a chance to get it back. I want my goddamn bottle back when I come home next week.
No, I don't speak no English. And we're also joined tonight by the juiciest cakes on this side of the Mississippi. It wasn't Dr. Hines, it was damn sure wasn't Sarah Lee, but we got juicy cakes.
Blessings. Peace, everybody.
You hear Legacy talking
Hey,
that food? He
hey
wants
KK.
he gonna loan me something and he
Yeah.
want it back. That's an Indian giver.
Look, see, both of y'all now. See, I'm like, first off, Indians ain't getting shit. I
Okay.
told you. Let me go back off camera for a second. So I'll be racist.
Okay.
They took our land. We
Okay.
ain't get them shit.
Well, that's
So
legacy.
tell him, Tony, you
Oh,
took that
Tony.
apple cider.
Yeah, that's what he. And there it is right there.
Now, what's this concoction gonna do? It sounds like a liquid bomb.
What
Yes.
it does, Juicy, is the cayenne pepper and the turmeric mixed with a little black pepper. The black pepper activates the turmeric, And
No, no. What does your concoction do? I know what black pepper do to turmeric.
I'm telling you, I'm trying to get to it so other people can grasp it.
Oh,
Along
okay.
with the cayenne pepper and that ginger powder, it ignites your metabolism.
Okay, so you are creating a liquid bomb internally.
And then I drink cucumber water with lemons and a few orange slices chopped up in it. So I haven't I had a s- the le- I usually drink I was usually consumed by sodas. And
Yeah,
I'm t- I don't need you to help me talk about me.
y'all said the human body is 90% water. His was 90% soda.
That was my dad. The only water
So
my father drunk was to swallow his pills,
and I
and some
mean,
of them required milk.
listen, I couldn't to just have water. Water didn't taste good to me. So me being able to drink, I drink about three of these, big old things a day. And being at the job and everything, we're allowed to get all the ice we want and things like that. So I'm always keeping it filled up, and they got filtered water systems there. So after when I get there at 7:30 in the morning, I drank by 9 o'clock. I'll be done already drunk my whole first half a gallon.
And head to the
Of just
bathroom.
water or that drink.
What is
Huh?
water with cucumber slices?
Oh,
Cucumber,
so
lemon,
you
and
don't
oranges.
right. So you're not drinking water.
No, I'm actually drinking H3O.
Mm.
So that is better than H2O.
Well,
Oh, I
And
agree.
it seems to be working for me because, like I say, just what February I was 215. I'm 194 today.
yeah, usually your first 10 pounds is usually the easiest to lose because it's mostly water weight. And then once
Right.
you once you lose that first 10, maybe 13 pounds, then sometimes, like you said, you hit your plateau. It's not that you hit your plateau, it's now you're hitting your real weight because the water's gone. Now show me what you're working with.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what it is. Mm-hmm.
And then today I actually did a count of how many steps I actually do while I'm at the job. And at the end of the day, I had almost 8,315 steps. That's just walking inside of the building. And then I came home. I worked out from 6:15 to I worked out from 6:15, which is with weights, from 6:15 to 7:15, and then I walked 2.5 miles before the show.
He's bringing 60 back. Wow.
So how long are you gonna drink that solution until you get to that your number?
Yeah, yeah. And then also I don't really eat a lot, and I really had stopped eating a lot anyway before I moved over this way. So I may get up in the morning, I may eat two bananas and some walnuts or almonds. And then at my first break is 10 o'clock. So instead of me going to get a honey bun or something like that, I just get me two hands of walnuts or almonds and eat it because it has a lot of protein and it actually curb your appetite. The lemons and the cucumbers in the water actually help curb my appetite. So once I drink some of that with the walnuts and stuff, I'm not even hungry. So a lot of times I don't even eat lunch because I already have something in my system. And by the time I get home and work out again, by the time this shift is over, by the time I get home and work out, I'm trying to make sure that I eat before 8 o'clock so that I don't go to sleep with so much on me. And then it's just been working. And then I get up in the morning, 5 o'clock, and I get another workout in to get my blood and stuff running, get me alert, get everything working and alert for me and my body. and it works for me. Um, I can't say this to everybody because at first it was hard as hell for me to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. But if you talk to Tony, Tony will tell you me going to sleep. If I wasn't, working like going to somebody else's job instead of just working for me, shit, I'm gonna go to sleep at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, and then I'm gonna be back up by 9. So to actually have to, me actually going to bed by 10:30, 11, and drifting off by 11:30. By the time 5 o'clock roll around, I be done got some good rest, and I'm ready to get these weights and get me some curls and push ups in. I
Okay.
also use this right here. I use this in the morning.
That's for your abs.
Yeah. So I do 100 of them when I get up in the morning. I do
Jeez.
200 push ups, and I do 100 curls, and then my day start.
Well, you
I do
just
a
be
hundred.
careful.
I do a
You
hundred
do
in
a
the day.
Huh?
hundred.
I do 100 in my mind.
I do 100 push-ups a day, and I do 200 squats, and I do
That's why that ass so fat.
Show us how you do the squats, Juicy.
now y'all ain't ready. Oh, let me pause for the cause. I do this in water, so it's not no strain on the membrane. But look, it works it out.
Okay.
Yeah. So no, but
Speaking
I do water aerobics.
speaking of changing our way of eating, becoming a new way of life. The other day when I went to my doctor's appointment, this was on the wall, so I just took a picture. And I thought it was kind of interesting how on the wall at the doctor's office it was breaking down your balanced meal and how your plate should be proportioned. So I said, let me bring that and share that with the group. So for those of you that's viewing, you may want to just go ahead and do a screenshot. So that's how your plate should be proportioned. We lost legacy. We lost legacy. I think he lost the
Well,
signal.
so in my nutrition class, I
Begin.
just saw something. Yeah, earlier I asked him to give me a bottle of water so I can water my plants.
Mhm.
Give me this much water.
But I thought it was for you to drink.
No, I told him so I can water the plants. I
You
got
weren't,
like,
you weren't listening.
he's mad at me. He's mad at me. He's mad at me because I was talking about him eating that food and in the name I called. He's upset with me, so he didn't want to get it. But oh well, two tears in a bucket.
Oh, oh.
Yeah, they got me today. But that plate, one of the arguments, and it's like the government adopted that plate. Like I said, that was something that Michelle Obama was pushing when it was their first run for office. They were pushing a better eating, because obesity was affecting the country and the people, especially the children. And so they
Mhm.
created that plate. But it's funny it's in the doctor's office because it was fought against being in there for the fact that there are dietitians and nutritionists that are a part of doctors' facilities, and in the practice, there are some items on that plate that they would say shouldn't be there because they're not the best choices to be consuming. So I say to everything and to even the things we just heard on here, because a lot of studies show there's a great long-term harm for continuous use of apple cider vinegar. So that's what I was gonna say to you, Legacy. Do the things you gotta do, because one thing I say to everybody, I'm thankful people that taking that step to do better for themselves. So whatever it takes to get you into the place where you feel best to be, I'm all for it. However, research these fads and these trends because they have popping up twice. Yeah. Okay. Because a lot of them are get quick things that in the long run make you get quick sick. And it would be, it's bad, it's sad to make all these great transitions and then have to fight other stuff in the future because of the transitions that you made. And a lot of people go back to the lifestyle that they had because their stories are, I did this and then this is what happened
Right.
to me. But what they did wasn't actually the best choices for them. So just be mindful.
The only thing I didn't like about the plate, I mean, like about the diagram myself, when looking at it, was I didn't personally think dairy needed to be on there. Period.
Well, that's part of the things that we were speaking on. And also, if you look
Yeah.
into the protein part, there should not be a protein section because pick me off, because this is something I want to talk about. And I told you I got a lot to talk about. I mean, take the thing off, like throw it away. So today, we have Medicaid for my family, and I'm thankful for it because I don't have to pay for dental appointments or eye exams, which were two places that I did take them regularly. But going to the doctors is something that I only did for physicals. And like when I was telling you, Tony, if you needed to get some blood work or anything done, you can go to Found Care down off of Congress, and that's where I would normally take them. And a physical be like $50. That's the sliding scale. So I just pay 50. Even the dental, I can pay 50 there. But when living in Kansas, they didn't have this stuff, so I had to pay out of pocket. So here
You
I'm
couldn't,
thinking, one of the, huh?
couldn't just click your heels.
No, because they covered the brick roads.
Or she could have
And I
squatted.
come home.
Let's just
Man, they were. I keep telling you, I'm not gonna turn nobody. I did that back in the day, and I got five on them.
Ain't nobody dealing with you, Juicy.
Listen, you should have been on earlier. I've gotten a little bit better. So, so we go to this doctor because they have to get physicals, and she asks, she comes in the room and she's looking at me and she says, "So he's vegan. So here's Nikhil." She says, "What kind of protein? What's your main source of protein?" She asking me, Nikhil, food. She says, "I know it's food, but what kind of food like do you eat? What like you don't eat meats and you don't eat the fortified products that have the high protein in them. So what do you eat?" And he said, "Little,
Food.
my 10-year-old, my son Nikhil." And so I chimed in. It was like, protein is in everything you eat. Like everything you chew is protein. There should not be a category. There may be a level of protein, but you ain't gonna eat something and not get protein.
mm,
So to say what's your main source of protein, he's accurate by saying food, but she looking at him like he being rude,
okay.
The
disrespectful.
crazy thing
'Cause
is, Dr. Kajal Juicy, people don't even know this. You know that your body only intake about 7 grams of protein a day. So if you take if you been taking 25, 30 grams of protein, your body only absorbs 7, and you release the rest.
Now the thing about it is you don't necessarily release the rest. It does go into other portions. So say for example, that figure you just gave a protein. If you ate 25 grams of protein that was of spinach, kale, broccoli, asparagus, apples, oranges, yes, that's protein and you're going to absorb 7 grams, but you also took in calcium, zinc, magnesium, folate, iron, vitamin B's, A's, D's, E's. So at that point, once it receives those 7 grams of protein, now those other organs and those other minerals get a chance to get those minerals firsthand. That's what we heard with next when she said fortified foods or meats. Don't nobody want no secondhand nutrients.
What she said when you left.
What she said, well, what she did before I left was wanted me to sign this paper, saying I understand that the choices that I make could hurt other people too, as well as my children. We could get sick. So I wrote the little arrow. I do not understand. I do not understand. I do not understand. And then I wrote, but I do understand that the suggestions made could have life changing effects in the long term. And a lot of them are poison.
Oh,
Well, I know you wrote it.
Yes, it did.
I know.
She did. She did say we need to come back for a follow up visit.
So Juicy, why couldn't they run a test to see that his levels were fine?
You know, it's possible that they could have.
Remember
One
when you
time
said
if
you
you
took remember when you said you took your son to the hospital and they kept so why wouldn't she do the same thing that the other nutritionist doctor that you spoke to that said you good to go and let y'all win?
um, so
that's what
he's
she
not the first vegan. Go ahead, what you say, Tony?
She didn't want to be wrong.
Say what?
She didn't want to be wrong.
Right. That's what it was. And see, that's exactly what it be. Most of the time they don't understand. It's like I tell Tony, when you go into a courthouse case and one of the first things that they tell you is um you might need to get an attorney, and if you can't afford one to be appointed to you. And that's good to
Good to
have
have
and good
and
to
good to
know.
know.
But
But
when you
when you
come
come
in
in
and you
and
know
you
the
know the
stuff that
stuff
they
that they
know,
know,
it
it
offends
offends
them
them
Yeah, but that's
because
okay.
because
they went
they
to
went to
school for
school
this
for this
to learn
to
the
learn
things
the
that they
things that
learned
they learned.
and got in debt, or somebody had done already paid for it. And here come you knowing the law, you seem to be a smart aleck to them because I done had several judges ask me, "Have you ever been to law school?" No, sir. Then what gives you the right to be able to file? This was when I was, long, to file this motion for someone. And I told the judge, I said, I don't understand what's the difference is. It doesn't matter who filed it. It's just the point of it being filed. Was the motion incorrect? So you're just trying to tell me how to do my job. I said, no, but I do know that every individual has a right to file motions on their own behalf. It doesn't matter who draw it up, as long as that person's signature and name is on it with pro se on it, which means filing on my own behalf. And I had a judge told me if I write another motion on the behalf of somebody, that they were gonna throw me in the hole so that I couldn't do it. Well, I told him, okay. But that ain't stop no goddamn motions from being wrote. Cause you can't tell me I can't tell that person how to file the motion. Talking about I had his courtroom clogged up with motions. Then goddamn address them. So when you go in, they looking at a black woman that they assume, I know she don't know nothing. And then you walk in here and you're able to tell her all type of shit about her job and know it better than she does. It makes them a little offensive because they think they smarter than us, and that's anybody in their field.
Legacy. So moving on to the next thing that happened today. Wait, the same little 2-year-old smart ass little son of mine. So that was this morning. He go out with a bang this evening. I dropped him at baseball practice. And I do not normally leave my children. So I'm a little bothered with myself that I did it. But I did it because I had something to go do. And it's the only time I could do it in, which I had to, I told you we're doing an event on April 15th for Matula Shakur, promo time. And so I had to check out the event site to make sure how we do because I'm part of the tech with the streaming and all that stuff, how we gonna set up the tables and get everything together. So I get back and I'm at the fence and I see Nikhil across the field. And where he is across the field is Nikhil, Naeem, and there's 3 YT people and a mother, their mother. And she hands Nikhil something and he puts it in his mouth. And I'm sitting here like, what the hell? So I walk over there and I walked to Nikhil and I said, what was that you ate that she gave you? He said, I don't know. So I said to her, what is that? She said, sun chips. I said, oh, why you eating sun chips? She talking about, I think they're pretty, I think they're okay. They're okay.
This D people?
YT people, yes. Yeah, I'm like that, right? I'm so like, and the thing about it is for this kid to sit here and be this way, but then turn around and because he wanted something, he wanted what he saw, he didn't care what it was. He said, he asked her, he said, I asked her, was it vegan? And I looked at her. Just let me see that bag. It took everything in me not to DDT her and man. Woo!
But Kate, two people was at fault.
2 people are at fault, but at the same time, if a kid say to you, is it vegan? And your ass can't turn that motherfucking bag around and read it, it say milk. And those 2 people at fault. At this point,
Yeah.
I told him, and I said that to him because she walked off. I ain't chased after her. She ain't my business. I said, but when you see her next week or the next time you see her, ask her, can she read?
Okay.
And if she tell you she can read, tell me why y'all sitting here thinking these YT people got your best interest at heart. And how you gonna sit here and keep taking their advice like what they got to offer is for us. I say that to say that about that apple cider vinegar too.
I understand, but I'm a white people ain't tell me about that.
They told the other people who told you about it.
All I can tell you is it works for me. When I see them cuts and more of that sticking out in the front, that's what I want.
So like for anybody else who wants a little safety behind it, the turmeric, the ginger, the cinnamon, that's a part of our detox formula. But then it has other agents in it to help you. Yeah, yeah. Well, cayenne pepper I don't add to it. I don't, because cayenne pepper we mix with turmeric and honey for our antibiotic. And so
Mm-hmm.
I strongly suggest that when you're making your concoctions, that you use them for what you're going to and not double up.
Right.
So you wouldn't want to use the cayenne pepper as an antibiotic, but then taking it daily. So when it's time to cure this problem, it ain't gonna work for you because of that. So
You don't
cayenne,
build up a you don't build up a tolerance for it.
right? And so cayenne pepper again, cayenne pepper, local honey. Don't go get this other stuff in the store. Listen, you are your greatest asset. So the best quality is what you should be putting inside of you. Don't go
Yes,
for
ma'am.
the cheap stuff. Get the best stuff. If you
Yes,
look at
ma'am.
that cinnamon, there's some honeys, and I know there's some honeys that are $49. They are not local, but they're the Manuka honey that is medicinal. And the quality, the elements of that honey is worth that 49. You could take a spoonful and not have to take another if you have a cold. It's so powerful and how it helps you. Allegedly, because we didn't put up this disclaimer. I'm just telling y'all what I do for my family. I'm nobody's doctor. I just take care of myself. You see, I still went to the doctor and I let the doctor tell me what she thought I should do. Now, it didn't coincide with the things that I believe in. So I had to tell her, nah.
Well, speaking of the different food groups, because like I said, based on the picture, we have the 5 different food groups that should be on your portionated plates or your dishes. There's another food group, legacy. I don't know if I showed this to you. I saved it. We showed it 2 or 3 shows ago that you had missed. So I saved it just for this conversation. Check this out.
The U.S. Food and Drug Administration and Big Agriculture are teaming up to create a new food
No.
group. Plastics will be entering the food pyramid as the foundation of the pyramid. The FDA says that plastics are a safe alternative to nutrients, and they are excited to introduce plastics to the daily diets of Americans. The FDA said in a press release, plastics can be used as an alternative to many of the nutrients found in foods, such as fiber and protein. Plastics will also help reduce obesity by reducing the amount of food individuals can eat. The FDA is also seeking to create a new category of FDA-approved marketing claims that companies can use to market their products. For example, a product's packaging might carry a label such as USDA-certified plastic, 0% added nutrients, or 100% petroleum. The FDA is seeking input on what criteria companies should have to meet to use a given claim.
Plastic.
Now, the funny part about it, why you say no, is in 2019, they were trying to tell people don't be eating white rice because it's plastic. And they started pulling them from the shelf because most of the rice was floating to the top and it wasn't an adequate balance of real and fake. And so they had to come back and tweak it a little bit. So don't say no. Just know they letting you know.
Mm-hmm. And the eggs. They was talking about the eggs being plastic too.
Man, somebody said they cracked the egg and there was two things inside.
2 yolks.
Like two eggs inside one egg.
Yeah, 2 yolks. Two yellow.
But and the white. Like
So those chicks were twins.
they were gonna
Where
be
they were
identical twins.
Siamese twins.
Yeah, cause it was two. I wish that would have hatched.
Yes.
That would be that's like KFC chicken.
It's like I ask people all the time. eaten food in the United States is beef, pork, fish, and eggs.
And cheese.
Well, I'm talking about the animal wise, but
Oh,
how is it that none of them goddamn animals have ever been extinct? Chickens ain't endangered species. Cows ain't endangered species. Pigs ain't an endangered, and we eat them every day because, like Juice is
from the
saying,
rooter to the tutor.
this stuff is being genetically modified. And when people don't, I mean, it's like people don't even look at stuff and think about shit to be like, why ain't the damn chicken goddamn on the endangered species list? Why ain't the cow on the endangered species list? And to be
But
honest, cows only have that cows, I don't care where you are, dairy or regular cows that are grazing, they only have like so many calves that they can have in a lifetime. And they only have it takes them months to have a goddamn calf. So where are all these goddamn cows coming from? So I mean to be honest, I just don't believe that. And after me watching that video of how that company took the big beef people to court to where big beef wanted FDA them to make it to where they can separate between so that people can know that this is genetically modified or cloned and this is regular beef. The people that were actually making the clone meat took big beef, took them to court and said they don't think that people should be able to determine or distinct between the two. And the only way people can distinct between the two is by someone saying which is cloned and which is or genetically modified um, meat. And they actually won, and the courts ruled in their favor that it shouldn't be any distinction between the two because that puts that company at um, a greater scale to fail.
Guess who made that okay? The the
Who?
the the government, the people who promoting that plate. Just want to throw that out there.
Of course, they wanted to be able to, that's when you find those type of what do they call those people when elections and stuff? They call them like black something to where they or shadow where they donate so much money to these campaigns and people in the election position or in the elected position campaign that yeah they'll give us a smoke and mirror show to where they seem to be fighting for but in the truth like you say cake they the ones who okay these things because if your meat is gonna sell, it shouldn't matter if people want to buy clone meat. Then put your clone section over and see if people really want to buy your stuff. But because people have become so attached to eating meat, not realizing that most people we were really what it is omnivores to where we ate in vegetables and things of that nature on the regular. So it makes or was it herbivores? Well, the ones that eat plants,
Herbivores.
herbivores,
Yeah.
and so when you become accustomed to doing something so much, it's hard, to break that cycle of eating. So even if it like you said earlier, Juicy, even at the detriment of knowing that I believe if they'd have had a clone section, if they'd have had clone chickens, and them people said we out of regular chicken today, them people still gonna buy that goddamn clone chicken because they gotta have meat.
and the clone
Yeah.
chicken probably $2 a pound cheaper.
Well,
Yeah,
the thing about it is there are so many different. If you go to like the processing industry part, it's so many different
You have the clone chicken, but then you got the chicken that was chicken, but it got cancer. So they send just all these different meats out, and nobody speaks of the fact that the chickens are cloned and could possibly be. They just constantly think like if you said that when I say that to people, the first thing I get, yeah, conspiracy.
Yes, yes,
It's a
yes.
conspiracy. And then you can go. I'm like, you can look it up yourself. That part
Nobody,
irks me that they walk around.
nobody wants to do the work, Kate. And then
This ain't
when
a lot of work.
it is to some people, because some people don't want to know the truth.
Yep.
Kate, you listen. I sent something to Tony today, and I don't know if he gonna play it today. But that shit I be telling you about these new women, people don't want to know the truth because the truth make you have to be accountable. And when people don't want to be accountable, the truth is their enemy. And then when certain things happen to them and happen to their bodies, happen to their health, they want to know, why did this happen to me? And then sometimes it's just too late to correct it, because when the opportunity came for you to correct it, you refuted it. So now you talking about conspiracy? This council you just got ain't conspiracy.
True.
This is reality. And the crazy thing is, most councils, they don't even know where it came from or how it even got in you. To the point that they just said everybody got some form of cancer in them. That's what they say.
I'm
No,
about to
they,
say,
Because they
hey,
they know.
they
They
know.
know.
How about this? Anybody who took anatomy and went further into the biology of the human body to the cellular biological anatomy and put and actually like took it and learned. Because see, one thing about it is, even in college, when they're giving you these books, you don't read the book from the top to the bottom. You don't read the textbook from cover to cover. You read sections that are told to you, study
Mhm,
this, here's what you're going to be tested on. So if
mhm.
you actually read cover to cover and read the actual material in this book, it tells you.
But Juicy, how many people you know? I mean, you just said it. People are just trying to get by. People are just trying to. This is what the teacher said. This is what I'm gonna do. Doctors, even to this day, as doctors are supposed to be physicians that's supposed to be able to help us. You clearly stated last week that they don't, because the only thing that they're there to do. I'm not gonna say all of them don't, but I'm gonna say a lot of them don't. They're here to get a check. So they're still learning things as they go too. And I'm like, how are you still learning shit as a, what they call them, a primary care doctor?
A practicing physician.
Yeah, a practicing physician. How is it that you're still learning shit? And this is supposed to be the basic stuff that you know. So now when I come in, let me tell you something, unless I've been sick, and I'm talking about I haven't been sick like that in years. But the thing is, you don't hardly know a goddamn thing about what's going on with me until you do blood work. And most of these people, when you go into the hospital, all they do is give you EKG, and you tell them what's wrong with you or you think is wrong with you. And they don't do blood work all the time to see what could be going on with your body, what can be actually happen. Now you come in there, you talking about I got gonorrhea, chlamydia, herpes. Yeah, they gonna do blood work to see. But if you
But
just
at the
walk in
same
there,
time, that blood work that they do for those tests are not the blood work that is, they're not going to run the same test. So there's
right,
panels that you
right,
send out for. And so you
right,
come in for those, it's still not testing your blood to find out what's wrong with your deficiencies.
right. So I mean, it's all just a game. And like I say, you gotta try to find out as much information as you can to help you, because ain't nobody gonna help you if you ain't willing to, you know. And then what Juicy said earlier about how most people believe that when you're telling them something that's right and true, that it's a conspiracy theory. Then all of that, they again, they're subjected to deal with whatever the outcome is from what they, because they didn't want to hear you.
Right.
And I get that a lot too. But I also get some people who get convicted and you want to make a change and they make that. And so it's worth telling it and continuing to
Yeah.
continue. And I'm proud of both of you for making the changes that you all are making. So keep up the good work.
Appreciate it, Kate.
Thank you coming from our nutritionist.
Our nutritionist, not y'all's.
Listen, hold on.
She's their nutritionist too for a team.
Yeah. Come on now. Don't deter the business away. You can't be over there bullying people.
Okay.
You gotta say, pay your fare, pay your fare.
I was doing it for purposes of people on here trying to listen. Oh, she's trying to be a doctor.
Oh,
Allegedly.
no. But
No,
I
she's trying
am
to
a
be a
nutritionist.
nutritionist.
Yeah,
I took the class. I got the certification. I can say that. Look, put that MD back there.
you know it.
Listen, folks. I want everybody on here that's watching, everyone on here that's on the panel, definitely remind all of your friends and family they must attend the show next. I think it's Friday.
It's this Friday.
Yeah, Friday. They must attend the show Friday because it's going to be. We're going to have a special guest on here, Crystal Este. She's a tarot card reader. She's been doing the business for about 2 years. She's also a nurse practitioner. So she's brains and beauty. So she's going to be on the show and she's going to do probably one or two few live readings. So if you're not scared, don't want your teeth to be spilled, you definitely want to tune in and get a reading. But definitely tell your friends, tell your kin, tell your haters, tell your loved ones, everyone. They want you to know to definitely tune in Friday. That's a show they do not want to miss.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch y'all get y'all reading because I'm scared.
Well, I ain't scared. I want her to read for me. I want to see what she like, what she got.
I do too.
And so that's the
And also, we have
31st.
for a medium to come on the show too. So if y'all know of a medium, Jesus said she know of a medium. So if we know of a medium, we're gonna have a medium come on the show as well.
Okay.
On Friday or
no. Friday's gonna be the tarot card reading, but in the future, I want to have a medium come on, and a medium is those people that communicate with the dead.
Gotcha. So Friday is the 31st. I know you were searching for the number.
Right.
And it's the last Friday of the month as well. So that's our friends and family.
That's close. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So the good part about it is she can come on and chat with us and
chat with everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a little nervous.
What you nervous?
The first 15, 20 minutes, we'll do our general dialogue, and then we'll do her for about the hour. If she wants to stay on after the hour, then she can. If not, then we'll be finished with her. Then we'll do our chatting with friends, talk about one or two topics, and we'll be done.
Okay.
But that's gonna be quite interesting. So
I can't wait that she tell about you.
Me or Tony? Oh.
I have actually, believe it or not, I have one video to share with you guys.
Well, what about all the ones I just sent you today?
They're all YouTube. I can't show YouTube videos. I keep telling y'all that.
Oh.
I keep asking you, do you have Instagram or TikTok, or any of those other ones that you show me the videos, and I could download those.
So Don Allen couldn't download them.
No. Check this out.
I've had a #1 gospel song. Something that right now is what you are trying to do. Me and my voice that you tried to clown. We are in a group together, sis. I don't clown my group members' voices. I don't clown when they mess up. We have plenty of arguments. We fall out all the time. But it's like you is trying to join on the bandwagon of other people and clowning your group member that goes on stage with you and make money with you. How they do that? You clowning me, you clowning yourself. You want to be loving you. That's what you're doing. It's stupid for you to do that. And then on top of that, yeah, people been clowning me, but lately they've been clowning you too for singing them same tide runs you've been singing since 1993. I need you to play that clip that people been. I'm gonna give it to you. They've been clowning you too. But have I been trying to go online like, oh, she's saying them same tire runs? It's not like I never thought it. I would have never said that. But since you want to go, that's so stupid to me. You know, I feel like we should keep our stuff to the facts or the drama, but your opinion or trying to laugh, you laughing. And all of these people who want to make jokes about my voice, who all of y'all sing so great, and y'all sing so amazing, but haven't caught no headline without me in these last weeks or months or years. I don't know. Catch a headline without me. Please. I just don't think that's godly. Y'all, please get her album when it comes out on Good Friday. It's called Conversations with God. I'm like, her conversations with God must only be about me.
Wow.
You know, I'm gonna go with wow too. I hate seeing sisters be this way. It's like I don't know the whole storyline, so I only got her side, you know. And at the same time, in the world of be the bigger person, that's Candy, I believe.
Yeah, that's
She
Candy.
been on TV. She got that sex toy stuff too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Girl, yeah. Why you looking down out the window?
Oh, here's a story. The four members of Escape, two of them are real sisters. Well, one of the girls, Tasha thinks that the one that's doing all the rips and the runs and she thinks she's the most talented person of the group.
Mm-hmm.
When they're all equally talented, four girls.
Mm-hmm.
Tasha all along always wanted a solo career, but you couldn't be a solo artist without Escape. No one knew you without Escape. So the last time, the reason for the fallout is because of her. This time they started back, and the fallout again is because of her. So
Right, and she was definitely
on there too.
Yeah, but Tiny don't have an issue.
No, Tiny don't have an issue. Tiny's a part of the group and she's cooperating. She's doing what she's supposed to do. So now Miss Tasha done got a solo album, a gospel album.
That's who he showed in the video.
Right, the one, the blonde and the big old titties.
Okay.
So now she got a gospel album out, and when I spoke to Apostle Darnell Lowe, he said it's not doing that well, and no one's really buying it or no one's really feeling it. So she's nothing without Escape, basically.
But she got a gospel album out, and she being cynical to people and putting people down
It's in her group.
in her group.
So
Her
she
See, but
must
husband.
be.
that but we can go to another group. I'm talking about for real. I've never heard Total come out and talk about any of their sisters in the group. I never heard SWV having those type of, and I've never heard TLC. I never heard Jade. None of those. No, none of those great groups. And Escape was good, but they wasn't great because the longevity wasn't there.
Right.
Because for me, the top five female groups of all time, far as in R&B, would be TLC, because they was the most versatile group of everybody. They can rap and they can sing.
In
Uh,
Vogue.
no, not for me.
Who?
Not for
Who?
me.
Did you say In
TL
Vogue?
Tony said in
I was gonna,
Vogue,
I
but
was gonna ask about In Vogue, but because I didn't think they were gonna make his cut. But go
yeah,
ahead.
they were okay, but they didn't have longevity either. I
But they
think they may
had
have dropped.
at 1.2 though. I think Michelle and Maxine. I think is their names of In Vogue. I think they had a little.
I've never known in
Yeah.
Vogue other than Dawn. Other than Dawn, I never really knew the name of the other ones
Yeah,
in Vogue.
In Vogue, yeah, with Dawn.
But
Yeah, I agree with you. In Vogue with Dawn.
right. But TLC, then I gotta go SWV, then I would have to go
Salt and pepper.
I would have to go for me. I liked it. I liked
Salt and
damn I
Pepper.
can't hell no. I said R&B.
Oh, others just about girl groups.
Well, I'm talking about the groups that were girl groups that made it far as R&B.
Okay.
I would have to go I like the Janae, but they didn't do too good either. But the major girl groups that really blew up, those women pretty much they probably had differences, but I never seen them bashing each other. Even when TLC had their problem with Rest in Peace Left Eye, they still never came publicly and said that they had issues with Left Eye and how she was doing. They just covered for each other. But this right here is the same thing that went on with Destiny's Child. When the first group of Destiny's Child came out, and when Beyonce was not the lead singer, and her dad was the manager at that time, he did everything he could do to break that group up, and then came back with Michelle, and they took it from there.
Do you
But
think it's a publicity stunt?
no, because Beyonce really wasn't even the best singer in her group right now. She was not the best singer in in Destiny's Child when it was just three of them. Michelle sung better than everybody. Kelly was a better singer than Beyonce, but her father was the manager. And that's how that goes. But you haven't heard Destiny's Child come out with Beyonce and Kelly and Michelle and have anything negative. I don't understand. Y'all ladies almost 50 plus years old, and y'all still.
Costa Fudge Cummings. Hey y'all, miss you guys.
How you doing, Miss Fudge?
How you doing? Welcome back.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
Oh, see, I was about to go with that. Guess who's back? And he's,
But I mean, I think a lot of times, like for instance, I think when I be listening to Tony talk and I see things play out, right? And one thing I've learned is Tony has I know he's proven it to me. When you have women together on a grand scale, it's gonna be some catting. It's gonna be a lot of bickering and fussing. And even when you take a male who think he's better than his other partners, let's look at one of the groups that could have been greater than what they were. TGT, Tank, Tyrese, and Genuine. Them folks came out and exposed.
She said, I'm doing well.
She
Can't
doing
complain.
okay. She came. Them folks came out and exposed when they was getting ready to come out with their second album of TGT, where Tyrese came out and told them folks, "Hey, I got movies, I got Golden Globe. I need more money this time than any one of you." Cause he got some of that, he got a lot of that feminine energy that where instead of you coming out getting this money, cause y'all gonna sell out wherever you go, you worried about getting a grander cut and making these guys look like, or trying to make these guys look like they didn't have a fan base and that he carrying them.
Like they're your background singers.
Yeah, like they your background singers, and they weren't going for it. So that's why they decided not to do the other TGT album. And greed is a motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I mean, I couldn't see blowing up the ATL show blowing up, and somebody come and say, well, I just want you legacy. I don't want Anthony Tayama Juicy. I don't want them. Then I ain't never been on the A show. I ain't never been on the Legacy show. Cause I can't do the show without y'all. And that's just what I was standing on now. If y'all guys we got together and said Legacy, go ahead and do it, and then go ahead and bring up, then that's a different story. But as far as me just accepting it, it's this motherfucker called the ATL show and friends.
The backstage managers are a hoe.
Thank you, Miss Brown.
On point.
Don't you leave off that whole Legacy. Oh man.
That's a trademark.
Yeah. But you know what? Oh man, we done came a long way, and like I say, I mean, 3 years is a lot for me. I mean, because when we think about it, Tony, that's why I want everybody to see that video now, because I want everybody to see where we came from and what we used to look like in season one. What we used to look like in season one, and how you used to have to do the show and how we look. Oh my God. Now you talking about some bootleg and broke down. We were bootleg and broke down.
But we made it work, didn't it?
But we made it work for a whole year.
Yes.
Then we got the Savage one, and then we got the Cake, and it ain't been stopped. I mean, you know how them dragons is. They can't stop us. Ho.
It's funny when you were speaking of Tyrese them. I didn't even know they had a CD out. And I bet that joint was hitting. But when you just said Tyrese had a little femininity in allegedly.
Well, I ain't saying that. I'm just saying the ways. That's those are like catty ways to be. You don't really get men. I didn't see Boys to Men fighting like that. I didn't see Jodeci, even though we knew Casey and JoJo was Jodeci. Them folks got as much money as they could as Jodeci till it ran out, and then it became Casey and JoJo.
But they had a little Devontae swing. But I wasn't saying it
exactly
out about that. I was go to Soulja Boy. I sent you something.
Wait a minute. When you said Devontae swing, Devontae was more or less a producer, a writer.
Right.
And because
but he was cute.
Because he was so attractive, he sold the sexiness. Right. But he wasn't the talent. He was the writer he was a talent behind the talent.
Right. Which made him get more money than Casey and JoJo, because if I'm writing the music and I'm getting a check for being in the group, and he's still getting money to this day from royalties of that music.
Exactly.
From the writing and the singing.
Right.
Now that's smart. I mean, the only other person that I know is that smart like that I know of was Neo. Neo wrote damn near all of Beyonce's music and so many other artists that he had made so much money from the writings that Neo say, well, it's my time to get out here and get a little other check.
Tiny from Escape, and also Candy. They were writers. They wrote for a lot of people too.
And that was why my point was with her. Like, you got so much going. Don't even see that.
But Juicy, how much? Listen, we human. How much do you? I don't care if you're a billionaire. How much do you take from a person before you address it
live to the world?
Huh?
I mean, well, first off, I would address it to the individual. Now, if it needs to be publicized and televised, for everyone to see, I think she could have been, she'd have to be comical. She didn't have to be insulting. She didn't have to be just as the lady was. She could have spoke her piece and her points. She could have just put up I got this going on. I got
But
this.
let me ask you a question, KK. If somebody slap your face, do you say, hey, stop it? I don't want to lower myself. Or do you get your goddamn lick back?
You know what? Today I don't get my lick back. I don't even care.
You gonna get your lick back?
Cause it ain't no lick. They can't touch me.
Tony, somebody slap that jaw today. What you doing?
Physically slap me is a different. Verbally, I don't see that.
It depends on the situation. Like I said, I know who I am. I know who I am, and I know what I am. Like with those other people that you wanted to go to their event to prove something. I didn't think I needed to go to their event to prove nothing. I thought me just being who I am proved it already. They see me.
There are people out here who I think every day could slap my face in a sense. Good night, my friends. Up in the morning. Miss Parker will catch up with you all later. Have a good night.
All right, Miss Parker.
Hey, Miss Parker. When you gonna let him?
No.
Listen, I can't say me, so I just had to change it. But I like the song. So
you could have gave it to Tony.
It was just him. It's a him. You the one picked up on it and said it. I ain't gotta say no names.
Then you didn't have to say him. I love you, Miss Fudge.
But for real, no, that's not my point, my place today. Because if anybody today don't know, the higher successful you get, somebody gonna come for you.
Yeah, and that's true.
The ones that come for you, cut it out, y'all.
What happened?
She said, cut it out, y'all. But the ones that come for you can't even come. They want to use you to be seen. And that's what she did. When y'all talk about the Tank group, don't forget about the problem they had with Genuine not being able to perform because he was drunk or high. That may be why Tyrese drew the line. Oh, wow. So it was Tank, Tyrese, and Genuine. Who else? Just them three?
Yeah.
Tank, Tyrese, and Genuine.
Okay.
TGT.
Genuine.
I remember
Genuine.
Johnny Gill. I remember
that was LSG.
Okay. I remember that trio.
You talking about you're old. You're old.
Excuse me, what? Huh?
You talking about LSG. Them
Parlez-vous
folks.
français?
No parlez-vous.
Where's you cussing at? Anybody? Oh, the heck?
Tony, I want the old Juicy back. This new Juicy. This new this new Juicy is violent.
Listen, it might have been that I hit my head. It might be my injury. Listen.
Mixed with a little bit of Te Amo.
The nerves being touched.
That's what that is, Tony.
Nah, it's my nerves being touched. Cause I noticed that today too. It was awful today. I was giving everybody the business.
Well, I'm willing to testify on your behalf that this is a new person that's on the show, and that the other person was way sweeter and kinder.
Oh, I'm not kind.
She cared about our feelings. This one don't give a damn. But I love this Juicy too, cause hey Tony, I love this Juicy too because she infused with legacy and Te Amo.
Okay.
So look, Tony, I sent you something about Soulja Boy, and I don't know if it's the whole thing, but I saw this thing on, I think it was Facebook. I couldn't find it on Facebook, or I found it on TikTok when you said you can't do YouTube. I'm pretty sure I could have found it on YouTube though. But they went around and asked people, would they take $250 in food stamps or a dinner with Soulja Boy? And nobody wanted a dinner with Soulja Boy.
Damn.
None of them. And he was mad. Talking about, so when you said that about the Tyrese, the way he went off and the people he was so mad about was more New Jersey women. Like, I'm pretty sure they did a poll of a lot of women everywhere.
Right.
But he went ham on, they were crackheads. They weren't going to never touch $1 million. They'll never see $100,000 in a day. I mean, he was going, he would hold up his money. I wouldn't even have dinner with y'all chicken heads. Then you want to embarrass the group on one of the morning shows, Sloppy Drunk. We gotta look that. I'm gonna look that up.
Hey, come on! I remember when me and you and Tony had a group, and you came on that morning show with me and Tony that time, talking about cussing hole.
What was the group called? The Fat Boys.
I wouldn't have fit in there then. I must was the MC. I must was the Spinderella at that time.
Logosu Wisdom. If that's your picture, pull your shirt over a little bit.
That's my friend. He's in Nigeria.
Oh, okay. That's why you said good morning.
Right, it's already
good morning.
It's the two, sir.
Tony, tell him to go ahead and subscribe so he can always be attached.
He is a subscriber.
Okay. Welcome to the show, my guy.
Soldier snapped. Chantel said Soldier snapped.
How you doing, Chantel?
I think somebody needs to be inspired.
There are 3 types of doors that you have to encounter. The first door is a manual door. It is a door that that requires effort from you. You put your hand on the knob, you either pull or you push. That's the door that requires effort. And many of us are frustrated, irritated, and aggravated because it feels like every door we've been trying to open for ourselves has been taking all of the effort from us. But God says there's a second door that is a revolving door. Now, this door is crazy because it requires no effort, but it does require timing. Because the revolving door does the work for you. But if you mistime it, you end up going in circles. I don't know who I'm preaching to, but the last 6 months of your life, you've been going through some unnecessary circles. And God is saying, I've already made a way. You got to make sure you get in my. The third door is an automatic door. Jesus. The third door does not require effort, and it does not require timing. All you got to do is show up. Can I preach and declare the reason anxiety, depression, and frustration has been on you so heavy? Because the devil knows in this season, all you got to do is show up.
All you got to do is what, Juicy?
Show up.
That's all you got to do.
And when you show up, you better show out.
Yeah, you just got to show up because he gonna show out.
He gonna show out.
So you just have the faith in him. Show up. It's okay, God. I'm here. Now you do the rest. He gonna show out.
Oh yeah.
I've been sharing that message with so many people over the last couple of months, and it's to be true. Yeah, you just got to show up.
I've truthfully started to come to an understanding that a lot of us are scared to step into our greatness, and because of the fact that we want others to believe in us, but we don't even believe in ourselves at the level that other people believe in you. So sometimes, you can have the best skills and the best this and the best that, the best talent, but because you don't believe in yourself enough to step into your greatness, you will stand back and let somebody else step in the place of you, and then you sit back looking like, why doesn't the good things happen to me? They're there. You just got to do a part of it, which is to do the work of stepping into your greatness.
Show up. I think what it is, I was going to call you Don Allen. Well, I think what it is, Legacy, is that so many people these days, it's not that they don't have the faith, is that they have the fear. And they have the fear to step out of what they're comfortable with, or it's not. I ain't gonna say they're complacent, but they're comfortable where they are. And if I show up and trust in God to show out, but what if He don't? What if this happened? Or what if that happened? They've already counted themselves out before they even had a chance to win.
Right.
So it's partially lack of faith, but it's also partially they're complacent, and partially they're comfortable where they are. They're not happy where they are, but they're comfortable where they are because they know if they go to work every day for 40 hours at $10 an hour, at the end of the week I'm gonna have a check for $400. They know that. Go ahead, read it, Juicy. You don't
Not Juicy. By the way,
Juicy the
go
Great,
ahead.
I will never say cussy hole, but I will have the looking out the window peach.
Hold on. He say, by the way, hold on. Going well, thanks for the motivation. Kamal say, by the way, Juicy the Great. He said he calling you Juicy the Great. I would never say cussy hole, but I would have the looking out the man. Kamal, you nasty, bro. You nasty.
I say, doing well, thanks. Thanks for the motivation. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm a firm believer. Every now and then we have to get motivated over here.
Yeah.
Time I show that message, it just does something to my soul.
I thank you for showing it because it doesn't. I don't know if it's to do something for my soul, but it does do something with my mind to keep going, to remember who you are. Gotta show up, show up, show up.
Show up.
Especially with like in the mornings getting up, like how Legacy
Ooh.
was talking about, and going and working out. I ain't never went to no gym. Like, first off, at 18, I said I wouldn't take a job that required me to be there before 8 o'clock. I mean, 10 o'clock. And I've been doing very good with not having to go to work. I had one job that I had to be to work at 7, but I chose that schedule because I wanted to get off at 3 so I could do things I needed to do during the day. And the only reason was because I knew I would get off and I still had time. Faith without works is dead. Praying is good, but it's not enough. And I want to say, and work without faith is dead too. Because a lot of people have faith and they don't put in the work. And a lot of people put in the work but still don't got the faith. You gotta have it whole. You gotta believe it all the way. You gotta have them both. You can't be lazy.
It's like a puzzle. They go together.
Yep.
Faith and work, they go together.
They go together. And it's so many that don't do the together, at all.
Our backstage manager says like rum and coke.
Look, I had to go off camera and have a little sip.
I know that's right. Well, pour me a glass, sip a little shot.
I'll pour it for you. I'll drink it for you.
Okay.
I'll just vicariously enjoy.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
Waiting for Legacy to come back. I guess he's having technical difficulties over there on his internet. Not internet, in the deck. With a K.
In the K.
So as soon as he come back, do you have anything else anything else you wanted to discuss, or you think we needed to bring up by the YT people or anything else?
I would give, but I don't have the full school. But my son has been working really hard and on his journey, and we allow him to go to school. I'm thankful for. I agree. You must have both. For his hard work, he gets up and he gets out of here. He goes to the gym with me in the morning, and then goes to school. But he sent me a picture of a letter from his school, and he got an offer for basketball. Yeah. Now that I'm happy for him. That's stuff he wants. He wants. And I haven't been the mom to been like, go to school so you can get a basketball scholarship or so you get a sports scholarship. I'm like, go to school because you want to go to school. If not, stay home and we got gardening to do.
Okay.
Look, he heard me talking about him. He'll hear you. You come on over here. But it felt good because I know he's put in a lot of hard work and effort,
So come in front of the camera.
He said, nah.
But tell him congratulations.
Yes, we're very proud of him.
Thank you.
Tell him ATL ho!
But it went to his AirPods. I can't even hear.
You gotta tell the world ATL ho!
They couldn't hear you, though, because it's on my AirPod. I said thank you. But can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I hear him saying thank you.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
When you get your first dunk in college, that's for Legacy the Great.
My first dunk in college, I got you. I
forget that.
I can do that.
When you get your first, you get your contract, and I want a ticket on the front.
You said what?
I want the courtside tickets.
Courtside's kind of pushing it. I don't know about courtside.
That's when
Well, I
you
guess I
make
know
it to the
something.
pros.
Yeah, that's in the long run. Of course, in college, I don't know about those.
But you gotta hurry up and get there because Uncle Tony getting old.
I got you.
This motherfucker just be talking.
Chantel said congratulations.
So I said thank you.
He said thank you, Chantel.
Okay, man. So good.
Here's a little bit more motivation for us.
They weren't loyal to you. They were loyal to the opportunity. And a person who does not understand the value of loyalty will never understand the damage of betrayal. This is how we get hurt. We confuse loyalty with attachments. There is a massive difference with somebody who is assigned to you versus someone who's attached to you. Somebody who is assigned to you helps you complete tasks. But those who are attached to you only want to benefit from the task that you have completed. They don't view you as a person. They view you as a purse. People don't abandon what they want. They abandon what they were using. But I'm loyal. I'm a rider. Everybody is willing to ride while you're in the yacht. But who is going to row with you in a crisis? Loyalty does not require lights or eyes because it is a heart posture. It should not require my presence for you to be loyal. Loyalty is when you have my back behind my back.
Amen.
I got a question for y'all that cause me personally, when I meet a person, I, tell me if I'm wrong. When I meet a person, friend or relationship wise, I always like to meet them at they low point because then you really find out who really for you. Because everybody, like he's saying, everybody can jump in the bandwagon while it's good, but are you going to be here when I'm not at my best? So do you think that you prefer to meet people at their best points or at their low points?
I like to meet people at whatever point they are in. Now, as far as me, I'm not gonna. If I'm at my best, you won't know I'm at my best because I don't want you to gravitate to me because I'm at my best. I'll let you know I'm mediocre or low until you show me otherwise. And then once you show me who you really are, then you'll eventually get to learn who I really am.
You know, I agree with you, Tony. It doesn't matter the point of a person and where they are, because I feel like if we met, that's divine. So for some reason, it was supposed to be. So I'm gonna embrace whatever that was supposed to be. But I am gonna be cautious of what I expose as to where I am, whether
Right.
it be high or low. Because even if it be low, some people feel like, oh, you so low, we can take advantage of you. We can, you're vulnerable,
Mm-hmm.
and then they try to prey on that. So it doesn't matter. I'm not about to expose high or low. I'm gonna expose my genuineness, my understanding, my loyalty. But I like when you said, like, even what he was saying, and then what you said, legacy. I also agree with you on that part, because meeting people at their low and seeing how they get through also helps me see the character and the true person, because
Right.
I can meet someone who, even if they're at their low, but they act like they're not, they lie, they're not 100. I'm able to see that too. So,
Correct.
you know, and that part makes it seem like, well, now that I say that out loud and I'm hearing it for myself, to omit things is a form of lie. So if I leave out my position, I'm lying too. Damn it. But okay.
Well, listen, we go. The reason I saw you, Tony, but the reason I said it is because I think when you're most people are in trouble in life. I mean, all of us are in some facet, are in some type of trouble to where true friends are going to stand up in the paint. And like I tell people, I only have a few that are here that but they're not my friends. They're my family. And they're closer than my blood. And I live by blood only makes you related, and loyalty makes you family. And me knowing that I could call on Juicy, Tony, Tayama, Melvin, Anthony, um, some other special people in my lives that will be there for me. But they when it's good. But at the same time, I also know that I can depend on these individuals when it's hard. And I want people to be. I want to be there. I want to be there for people when it's hard. Because the happy times, everybody happy. But when it's hard, and because when it seems like when it's hard, it's a long road and it's a longer journey. And most of the time, when you having those long hard roads, most of the people that's on your team seems to fall off when the journey get long and hard. So I always want to be that person when the journey gets long and hard to where you understand that I'm still there with you. Because the party bus do come to an end at times.
Yeah.
We don't
I like that, and I agree. We gotta. I wish we had in more people to. Here go my unicorn. Be genuine and be on the party bus, as well as the designated driver. People who can just jump and jump where they need to be what they need to be. Those
correct.
who well, like Tony say, those who show up. Because there are a lot of people who they could be there for you, they can listen, they got that listening ear, but when it's time to execute, it's time to do. I found myself in the past by myself. And I
Exactly.
and I've looked at it and like so part of what the question you were asking, I've looked at it and I've been like, okay, if I done gone through all this by myself, and then I meet someone and they come around at this point, or if like say I know you, I know Tony, and y'all act like you like me, but you let me struggle and go through, and now that I'm where I'm at, now you want to be like, hey, no.
But
I'm gonna have to cut off.
that's why I say that your circle should be so small and tight knitted that it's almost impenetrable for someone else to be added to it because that body of work that circle of people have done is so solid that no, I don't need nobody else. I'm okay with having a friend, but my family. See, my friends don't come in my house. My friends ain't coming in my house. We can stand outside and talk, but you ain't coming in the house. My family can come in my house. And I know sometimes family shit on you too. But at least I know when the shit is at, somebody in this goddamn circle shitted. Not nobody on the outside that we know. So I'm okay with dealing with in the circle because we're gonna clean up the shit and we're gonna find out who shitted. The rest of it, I don't want to bring nobody else in because I don't know you. You haven't been in the boat. Like we talk about the show when we first started this show, Tony. When we started, it was just me and you and Tayama. And I'm talking about we had a raggedy ass boat. We had a canoe.
Had to put our finger in the holes and make sure didn't water come in.
And then, we struggled. And we didn't know Cake at that time. We didn't know Cake was on her way to us. So we can't look at Cake and say, oh no, she ain't. No, we didn't even know Cake.
We know God was gonna send us some greatness.
Yeah, some cakeness.
Listen, I
So
keep telling you.
you know and then we had Savage, and Savage gave us the boost that we needed at that time, and she's still our sister even though she quit on us. But she was there for her season,
Yeah, our season is over.
and we didn't know that that season was coming to an end, but there was a cake on the way, and when cake came, nobody, she had this sweet, soft side, and she played that shit real well for about a year. And she kept saying, "Y'all don't be fooled. Y'all don't be fooled. Don't make me come off this rainbow." And she slowly slides down the rainbow from time to time. And
Okay.
I was like, Tony, Cake is changing. And you were like, she's still, I was like, no, she is starting to become one of us. And she is here now. And you have to be ready to be able to know that, certain people are gonna be here regardless of what. And I just thank God for my team, my family, and the struggles that we go through, the arguments. I'm talking about sometimes I just don't like Tony. Some days I just don't like Tayama. But it's not one day that I do not want to not be with them. And that's including you two, Juice. I just ain't had a chance to chop your head off. But I don't like them sometimes.
You know what, Legacy? You
Yes,
ain't gonna be
ma'am.
able to cut my head off. You ain't hear me? You can't come for me.
You right. I don't know how to climb up the rainbow.
Listen, and it's got juice all on it. So you ain't gonna do no keep sliding back down. Still saying, come on. No, sir. You can't nobody
I
switch.
love y'all guys, and I wish Thelma was here to hear it tonight too. But we finna go on and get up out of here, y'all. I gotta go to bed. I gotta get some sleep for work in the morning. My day start early. So we're gonna go ahead and do this thing how we supposed to do it. We want to give shout outs to everybody that attended the show tonight, all the way from Nigeria to the United States. My man Gabriel in Brazil. I'm pretty sure you was watching. We love you over there in Brazil too. Tayama, we love you, girl. Don Allen, all of y'all that we Miss Parker, welcome back. Chantel, we appreciate you coming on tonight, love. Continue coming on, and we're finna bring out the juiciest cakes in the business. Jew Cake, let them know.
So I want to say first off, yes, I am so thankful to be a part of the show. I go through anything I go through, but I'm gonna make sure I be here. And you can find me every Tuesday and Friday on ATL show here live and in person or on virtual person. But you can also check me out on Facebook under Nicole Purse or Instagram Miss Beautiful, TikTok's Miss Juicy Cakes. And if you need any holistic wellness advice, nutrition, you can set up a consultation at my website, enliventoyou.com. That phone number is on its screen, so it's only for business purposes.
Juicy.
Yes.
Did you say holistic?
Holistic.
Oh my God, not the holistic.
Yes. No.
She's about no.
No, I said yes. ATL.
Oh.
We cover
Okay.
the mind, the body, the soul, and the community. We for everybody.
That's worldwide hoe.
Worldwide. Listen, I got O's in different area codes.
Okay.
We gonna go ahead and bring out the boss man, the man that makes it possible for us to be out here in these ATL streets, in this ATL world. My brother from another mother, the one and only, pain in my ass. But I wouldn't want to be without him. My brother. AB, let him know.
Yes, I'm Anthony Brown. You can find me on all social media. That's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube under Anthony Brown or The Anthony Brown Show. Please follow my Facebook page, Anthony the Writer. Follow that page. I appreciate it so much. It's growing fast and fast and fast. I sure appreciate it. I'm also on TikTok. I'm on Facebook Reels doing my thing. The words that I say to live by is you got to grind until you shine. And for business purposes, please call me at 561-768-3710. Thank you.
All right. The boss man has spoken. So it's about that time for us to get up out of here. Y'all know who I am. I'm Legacy the Great. I'm the one that put this pain in your side and make you laugh and cry, baby. The truth, the one and only. You can reach me up on Facebook up on Dream Williams. You can also reach out to me on YouTube at Legacy the Great. My email address is legacyunlocked@mail.com. My cell phone number for business purposes only. If you lock out your vehicle and things of that nature, me and my family can get you in that with the proper ID. And then also, if you need any motion filings, any advertisement, anything dealing with the courts, pretty much, I can handle that. You can reach out to me at 229-630-7615. Also, you can reach out to me at 561-907-9129. Business purposes only. Before we get out of here, I want everybody to know that God is opening doors automatically. All you got to do is show up. And in the words of Legacy the Great, Juke.
ATL,
Yeah. 28 grams of moss, 28 grams of moss. Little people the kings, little people the kings. Y'all ain't ready for this, y'all ain't ready for this. Yeah. I'm the champion, I'm the champion, don't know why you cats wanna wait to be with the street just to give you cats a chance to eat. What you got for early didn't finish the plate. Now that I'm back, you rap cats are gonna have to wait. Been gone a whole year, still nobody got the leadership or the heart to even feel my spot. I'm the champion, must I say it again? The best in this rap game and I continue to win. See, I'm allergic to that, losing makes me sneeze. They're like you phony rap cat, about to make it squeeze. Bring your whole crew, nigga, I'ma swallow that. So when it pops off, ATL's on a holler back. It's 28 grams, nigga. I've been running this shit. So anything in front of me can fuck around and get hit. I follow you rap cats, so you niggas my sons, and I'm the truth. Wow, cause I'm the motherfucking champion. I'm the champion. I'm the champion. Still rep the A&T, but I carry my throne. God bless every child that can hold it home. And I am that child, as you niggas can see. Cause ain't another rapper out here better than me. And this goes to anybody trying to steal my spot. I'm number one in this shit, so number one you die. So when you can't scream, y'all is the best, I laugh. Like really, you cats don't really know the how. You do the math, then ask yourself who really great. Then add it up and watch it equal up to 28. So that's the little cats know who really the done. I'm overall, I let you niggas fight for number one. See, I put that on my life, put that on my son. Gotta stay the best of people licking trade lunch. And my throne and I'm the key. You can put that on my heart and I'm the God. Cause I'm the motherfucking champion.